My name is Prachi, and today I am presenting the project that I developed during my internship from Webstack Academy. This project is an AI powered food delivery web application developed using the MERN stack along with a regular food ordering features. I integrated an AI based review analysis system that summarizes customer reviews and identifies the overall sentiment. Now, let's move toward what we are covering in this presentation. So, this presentation is divided into different sections. First, I briefly explain the internship and the objective of the project. Then, I will discuss the problem statements and the project requirements. After that, I will explain the MERN stack technologies that we used in the development. Next, I will describe the system architecture, database design, and application features. One of the major highlights of this project is AI review analysis, which I will explain in detail. Finally, I will demonstrate the application and conclude with what I learned during this internship. Now, let's move toward the overview of this internship. The main objective of this internship was to gain the practical knowledge of full stack web development. Instead of learning only theoretical concepts, I worked on a real world project. So, during the internship, I learned how the front end and back end communicate through APIs, how database stores information, how user authentication works, how the state management is handled using the Redux toolkit, and one of the most interesting part was the artificial intelligence integration into an existing web application. Then let's move toward the goal of this internship. The goal of this internship were to understand the complete MERN stack and use it to build a real world application. I wanted to learn the front end using the React, back end using the Express and Node.js, and MongoDB for store the data. Another important objective was learning the Redux toolkit for state management. Finally, I wanted to integrate AI into the application to provide the intelligent review system. Let's move toward the next slide, that is the problem statement. Now, we know that food delivery platform services receives the thousands of customer reviews every day. Now, although the review help the customers make the decisions, reading every review is time consuming. But many customers only want to know whether the restaurant is good, what dishes are recommended, and whether the service is satisfactory. So for these things, what the user is usually do to just go through the reviews and check for each review like should they go for or not. So in order to solve this problem, I integrated an AI review analysis system that automatically analyze all the customer reviews and generate a concise summary. Now let's see what are the objective for this project. The project provides all the basic functionalities of the food delivery application. Users can browse the restaurants, view menus, add food items to the cart, and place orders. Now, administration can manage the restaurants and menus. Additionally, the AI features analyze the customer reviews and provides the sentiment analysis along with the summarized feedback. Now let's see what are the tools and technologies that we used in this development of the project. This project is built using the MERN stack. The MongoDB stores all the application data, including the users, restaurants, menus, and orders. The Express.js handle the API development. Then the React.js is used to develop the user interface, making the application fast and interactive. Then the Node.js uh, uh, provides the runtime environment for the backend execution. Moving toward next, now we see the system architecture. This diagram presents the architecture of the application. When the user performs any action, the React sends an API request through exons, and then the backend receives the request using the Express. The controller processes the request and interact with the MongoDB. If the AI review analysis is requested, the customer reviews are sent to the Grok AI model. The AI process the review and return the sentiment summaries and the top mentions. This is how the flow of our architecture work. Now let's see the database. In this, the MongoDB stores the information in collections. Each collection represents the different modules of the application. For example, the restaurant collection stores the information, images, ratings, reviews, and AI generated summaries. This design keeps the data organized and scalable. As we can see, this is how the things were organized in our database. Now moving toward the features of this project. This application provides the different features for the users and administrations. Users can browse the restaurant, can search for the things, search for the food items, and place orders, can view the different restaurants, add to the cart, and so on. On the other hand, the admin can manage the restaurants and menus. It can add the restaurants, delete the restaurants, manage the menus. On the other hand, the AI module analyzes the customer reviews and provides the meaningful insights, through which it helps the consumers to understand and get the best restaurants for them. Now moving toward the next slide, that is the authentication. Authentication is implemented using the JSON web token. When the user logged in, the server verifies their credentials and generate a JWT token. This token is sent with the future request to access the protected resource. This mechanism ensures that only the authorized users can perform the restricted operation. That is how the process works. Next, we'll see the Redux toolkit. The Redux toolkit is used for managing the application states. Instead of passing the data through the multiple components, the Redux stores the data centrally. That is one of the benefits of using the Redux toolkit. Now, whenever the data changes, the user interface updates automatically, making the state management more efficient. That is another reason to use the toolkit. Now, moving toward the next slide. Now we'll see this flow of how it is worked. This is the most innovative feature of my project. Now, whenever the administrator clicks the Analyze Review button, All the customer reviews are collected from the MongoDB. Now, these reviews are sent to the Grok AI model. Now, the AI analyzes the reviews and returns the three outputs. First is the overall sentiment, such as positive, negative, or mixed. Second is the summarized version of the all the reviews in bullet points. The third is the list of dishes or the topics most frequently mentioned by the customer. These AI generated results are stored back in the MongoDB and display in the application. Now moving toward the next slide, that is the implementation. So in this project, I implemented multiple modules including the front end development using the React, back end development using the Express, database operation using the MongoDB, and the state management using the Redux toolkit, JWT authentications, and AI integration using the Grok API. Now, these are the tools that we are use for the implementation part. Now, let's see what the next slide. What are the challenges that we face? Now, throughout the development process, I encountered the several technical challenges. I faced the API routing issues, MongoDB schema errors, and the another thing that the Redux state management problem, JWT authentication bugs, and the most challenging thing is the Grok AI rate limits. By carefully debugging each issues, I improved my understanding of full stack development and successfully resolved them. Let's see now. Now I will demonstrate the working of the application. First, I'll show you the home page, then the restaurant browsing and the search functionalities. So this is how the home page of our project is looking like. First, I will show you the home page. Then I will open the restaurants, display the menu, add the item to the cart, and show the login functionalities. Now let's see how this projects look like and what are the functionalities that we added in this project. So, as you can see, there are multiple restaurants are added. So, you can choose any restaurant from which you want to try and order the food. So, you can click over here and you can see and explore the various foods that you want to try and order. Next, you can click on any restaurants and view like what you really want to try. If you don't want to explore every restaurant and you want that only the veg restaurant will appear at the top, then here's are the filters that you can apply. If you want only the pure veg restaurants, you can click over here and see only the pure veg restaurant will appear. Now, if you want to see according to the ratings, then you can see by applying this filter and the most rated will come at the first. Now, now let's see the now if you want to go with any restaurant and search like which are the most uh, reviewed restaurants like, so you can see this is the AI part of the restaurant from which you can easily see and not go and explore every review. So you can directly see the short of the reviews. This will help you to not explore each and every comments by the users, and it's a shortcut to get your answer that should you go with this restaurant or not. And it's same with the every restaurants. You don't have to go and check every reviews by the customers. You just see the review summary and you get to know like you have to go with this restaurants in order to order the food or not. Is it according to your expectations or not? So it's same with the every restaurant. Now let's see the login part. I already log in. Let's log out first. So here you can see we log out successfully. Then again, if you don't have your registration, you can click by uh, clicking the register part. As I already logged in, so I will just enter my ID. So here we logged in successfully. Now, if you want to order food, suppose from Haldiram, so you can just explore and like you want to add this thing, you want to order this thing, and then you want to order this thing, then you just simply have to click add to cart. Now, suppose in charts I want to add this thing. Now, I guess that's sufficient for me. Now I'll move toward cards and see what I added to this. Now these are the things that I added. And here I can see how much the total that I have to pay. Now suppose I change my mind and I don't want this thing anymore. So I simply click here or I can delete this also. So the item removed successfully from the cart as you can see. Now we can again see our total changes. Now, after finalizing your cart, you can check out by clicking checkout button. Now, after that, here you can see your total amount that is to be paid. Then, after filling your details, you can finally pay and see your orders. Now, I'm not going to do this. Now, here's are the things like you can check your orders, like there is no order to display, and when you order, then that thing will display over here. After you can check your profile, you can edit your profiles, and you can also add your any photo. Like suppose I so your avatar will updated, and that is how the project works. So, to conclude this internship provided me with a practical experience in full stack development. I successfully developed a complete MERN stack food delivery application and enhanced it with the AI powered review analysis. This project strengthened my understanding of Redux, React, Express, Node.js, MongoDB, REST API development, authentication, debugging, and AI integration. So, at the last, thank you for your time and attention. I hope you find this presentation informative.